Hello, Scorpio Ascendant. If you're not sure where your ascendant is, look at the link below. If you know your date of birth, your time of birth, and your place of birth, you can find that out. Scorpio Ascendant. Someone who is not important, but very strange and curious somehow. This person here is not somebody with a frown, but yet everybody feels they are. A person who's just here, somehow strange or from afar. This person doesn't care for anything. Hello. Yes, I know everything, you know. And yet this person doesn't really understand why everybody here doesn't adhere or understand what they have to say. Scorpio Ascendant is a very strange wee game, for you are placed in situations always, every single day, where you're a little bit of a strange notion, and you have to be okay. You must be just okay with many things. And this is what this ascendant placing brings, is a life that is not really understood by anyone, you either. A strange existence in a neighborhood of people who don't even understand that you are knowing from the ethers. You know exactly who you are and what you have to be very early on in your age. But through some mystery, you have to bend it to a warping thing. You have to be someone or something for someone. That's nonsense. Ascendant in Scorpio feels very purified by this voice inside their mind that will push them towards things and people that may not be very attractive or very simple. You will find yourself in situations that are not deserving. You will find yourselves in purification always, coming to people and feeling like you need to be serving, but not really being recognized as what you are, feeling discarded and pushed away, somehow shrugged off, like, oh, that's so strange. Because here's the way. And I had to find out this in a very difficult time of my life. But when you've got a Scorpio ascendant, you are not here to be just a loving wife. You are not here to serve and to please and to pander and to offer yourself on your knees of surrender. Your mission here is not to constantly fall over and offer somebody else their idea of forever and their idea of power. You're creating in yourself desires, but you don't know what to do with them. So you give them to somebody. And then you fly higher. You're constantly creating Rubik's Cube solutions for those ones around you who are drowning in confusion. You are that island or that boat that saves other people in the ocean of samsara. But for you, your life could seem a little feeble. You might not have many things, you may not have many opportunities, but this is where this reality creates you ultimatums. You've been giving something much too much of yourself lately, and that is your own life. You've been giving your own life to other people. You have no idea of what to do with it sometimes. And so strange is this conundrum of Scorpio's ascendant, brightly shines, this understanding deep inside that everything here, wherever you are, is just stupid. There is a knowing that everything you do, whichever it may be, is just a little play for the Cupid. You know inside yourself that everything will be gone. And this makes it really difficult for your home. For the place where you live is vibrating with desire to give. But at the same time, here you don't really need to live. You have a situation where you might be very confused by giving people away and things that are not yet too used. You can be very giving and very loving, but yet in your heart there's not a lot of something, and that is the knowing that this place has to be yours. And the position that you've got in the world is not a confusion, but something for you to use. You have no idea how to use people, really. You have no desire to create yourself a reality where you take advantage of something for once. And so, at any given chance, most Scorpio's ascendants will give their lives to other people, even strangers. You'll give away ideas and feelings and money to somebody who doesn't think is just rubble. They will think it's the best thing ever. What you've given them is something that will get them through forever. You shed power left, right, and center, and yet a disempowered position most likely you will have. Until you enter a time of age where you have no idea, but everything around you has been dear, but so far very confusing. You surrender to a need, a basic need for fusing with yourself. You understand that you have never had enough, and everything you've given away has only been just stuff, but you're left behind and nobody's around. This phase of your life will make you very proud to know that nothing is attained, and through that simple non-attainment, non-attachment way, you're framed into a life of simple things. Yet what this brings is an amazing thing. You are enlightened in the world, Scorpio, when you can be just in one place and suddenly have no need to find in others disgrace. Look at her, she doesn't know what she's doing. And look at him, why is he always so gloomy? You don't need to poke at other people's voids. Because what really Scorpio avoids through anger and negativity is their fear of crying. So when the Scorpio Ascendant stops this trying to fix other people's mistakes and give them something of meaning and save them from themselves, they will find that this world is not deceiving, but it's also not achieving anything for them. They'll find this world is suffocating. World of women and men who have no idea how to live their lives. And through their phase of disappointment, they must go. But surprised they are. In strange means and situations, after all that abuse and pending and lack of truth in their life and creation, they will see everything's perfect. and somehow creative, everything in their life. Very simple things, very simple, tiny little things are not fixative but beautiful. They will see beauty in everything they do and have. They will not want to just give away to brag about somebody else's dreams. They will not want to be on the surface of a magazine just to shock people, or just, behind the scenes where they're feared, or looked at by somebody as simple. They will not want to be in a position anymore eventually which doesn't serve their purpose. And this is the thing about the Scorpio Ascendant, is for sure they will deserve this. They will find this thing, and it will not be very interesting to others. They will find the strange idea that may be from a childhood dream or some other weird place of knowing. It may be just a small mirage that's glowing, and they will want it for once. More reality checks will come forevermore. They will completely recreate this thing they want to be. They will completely break themselves down for you and me to bring you better teaching. For what the Scorpio Ascendant doesn't know yet is that the preaching that it brings as a phase is not enough to give it life. It wants to feel alive inside this person, even though most of us see them as something discarded and died, or something that's very strangely placed. They want to see a smile on everybody else's face, but on theirs we see nothing but trouble. And even though this is very funny bursting of my own bubble, but there will come a time for me as Scorpio Ascendant where I have a life which is too affluent for my independent thought. There will be a time in a Scorpio Ascendant's life where things are so easy, they are forgot. Everything is skimmed and everything's just fine. And through many tortures they do go, but my oh my, do they make money in the end. And they really create for them life of no regret. But yet, they have to go through many situations where life will bring them to their knees. Infatuations that will flee, people that will go, projects unfinished, strange circumstances of unclear vision and decisions being replaced by much greater things in a matter of minutes. This life is not easy and smooth, but it leads to great purpose and good, as Scorpio Ascendant is not here to release themselves easily. They've come to this void of eternity for a reason, you see, and that's just to break down their ego so much they don't have one. And it is hard, but Scorpio thinks he's becoming someone, and when he thinks he's someone, he's no one. And that's a funny pantomime of life. But one day he will fixate on something he cannot survive without. It could be a person, a child, a home, or some great mission that he feels the whole eternity is about. He will fixate on that very little thing or purpose. He will fixate very strongly, and that will bring such surplus of ideas, information, otherworldly understandings, and curious amounts of money for any need, any spending. There's no pretending anymore. But here's the thing though, when he gets it all, he feels that he is done. And though he is affluent and free in financial world and in his creative endeavors, he's no one. And he doesn't want to be in front of you like I am now, trying to reach you with a message here. He will shut away these people and these places again in the end. He will not want it to be that easy. And he will find a life that's not breezy, but still, because an eternal reminder is here to heal. He has to be perfect eventually in this life. So the Scorpio Ascendant ascends you like none other. If you have a Scorpio person in your life, a Scorpio Ascendant person, but Scorpio in general, they will try and push you into greater being with weird advice that you are not ready for receiving. And this person is not here to be of service in the place of heart. They're here for your very purpose. And that's ascension of everything you've ever been. They will create for you something that you've only imagined in a dream. But in their life, eventually, they'll have complete simplicity and pleasure in small things.